guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today I'm here with my Best of Beauty 2022, showing you everything that I loved throughout the year. I've got one from every category, so I figured why don't I put it on my face for the ultimate face of makeup, so this look better turn out good. If you've yet to subscribe, be sure to do that. I would love to hit 100,000 by the end of the year. I swear YouTube has it out against me. Every time I upload a video, I lose subscribers, so maybe, I don't know, maybe I should reflect on that. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. Probably the biggest change for me this year was that the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter was not my #1 brow product. It absolutely is in general, like I still love it to death, but the Patrick Ta Shaping Wax in Clear was what stole my heart this year. So that means I have to do my brows first. So that's very different to normal. I still don't like doing my brows first, and I still don't feel like I figured it out, because when I go to do foundation and bronzer, I just feel so limited in what I can do. So activate this with a little bit of water, setting spray, whatever you want. And there's a brush that comes with it, but this is the e.l.f. brush. You can use whatever you want. But it definitely works best without foundation on, so that's what I do. This really has impressed me. And I kind of use a combination of the brush and my fingers to flatten my brows down. They look a little thick and wild right now, but I will let them settle in. For primer, my favorite primer of the year, the Milk Grip Hydro Grip Primer. This is just such a great do-it-all primer. I've liked it under every foundation. I use it during my 12 Days of Foundation series because I feel like it's one of the ones that I can count on that it's not going to get in the way. It does a nice job hydrating my skin. I don't feel like it gives like a super sticky base or anything that's like annoying. It's just a great primer, and I think for just about any skin type would really like it. Now for foundation, there was a toss-up between two for my top foundation of the year, and if you'd like maybe a top 10, let me know. I'll be ruining #1 for you right now, but I did try a lot of foundations this year, and the foundation that I used the most, definitely more towards the first half of the year, was the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. This I picked up in the shade Aruba. They had sent me Syracuse, and that was the only sort of real letdown of this foundation, is that it doesn't, or sorry, it oxidizes a little bit, so you do need to pick a bit of a different shade potentially to your normal NARS shade, because I'm Syracuse in everything except for this. But other than that, this foundation is so phenomenal. It wears so well, it looks so good. I love it on my skin. My friend Jess loves it. She has a drier skin type, and we almost agree on no foundations, and this is one that we both like. And this was the one that I used pretty much non-stop. I'm not sure when I stopped and started switching over to the other one, but it is very good. And I did a full review on it when it launched, so I will link that down below. But I think you can tell it definitely does oxidize a little bit, which is annoying. NARS, you're on thin ice with this one because like they never miss when it comes to complexion products. So I'm like, okay, as long as I just have to go like one shade down, it's not a huge deal. Concealer was such an easy one for me, and in my opinion, this one is so underrated. The Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. If you tend to like the same concealers as me, so, you know, I was a Tarte, well, I originally was probably a NARS Creamy Concealer, then Tarte Shape Tape, then Too Faced Born This Way. Like, I always have like one concealer that sort of takes over my life in a good way. Then I was a Shiseido, which I still am. I still love like all of these basically. But this year it has been all about the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin. Such a good concealer. Don't be scared of the matte term. It is definitely matte in the sense that it's not like a super oily Tarte Maracuja oil vibe, but I hate those types of concealers, so it really depends on your preference. But for me, this has such good coverage, such good staying power, and it really is on the velvet side over matte, or like it really is a true matte velvet. I also had a change of heart on this Fenty Matchstick. I had this before. I don't know if they changed the formula from when they first launched it, because I know other people felt this way too, but I really felt like this was dry. Honorary mention to Fix Plus that just came into my life more permanently recently. My favorite setting spray that I'm going to be showing you, I don't have any left, or I only have like one spritz left, so I don't want to use it right now, but I would normally be using it in this at this time. But yeah, these Fenty Matchsticks, I don't know, I had a change of heart on them, or they changed themselves, one or the other. but we've come around to make it work between the two of us, and I have to say I really like it. I like the shade. I think in comparison to all of the other cream products that I have for bronzy contour, this one is the most contour. It's definitely still not like a completely cool tone brown, but it's on the cooler side, especially by comparison. This brush as well, favorite of every year, Pro Flawless Airbrush from Sephora. Setting my under eyes with the Laura Mercier Translucent Honey. This is the Ultra Blur. This has no talc in it in comparison to the other one. I'm not sure how else it differs, but I love it. I actually just bought it in a mini from Sephora to be able to travel with it. So that's how you know it's gotten serious between me and a product, but I love this one. I love the Translucent Honey from Laura Mercier like in general. I think that it was such a good addition to the line for them to add those 2 shades for deeper skin, and it's really changed the game for me. So I really love this powder under the eyes. And then on my face, I was trying to think about, like, you know, what powders really stood out to me, and this one stood out to me, but it was also, it's a combination of it stood out to me. I'm not using it as much lately, but I definitely use it a ton throughout this year, so I thought I would give it a shout out. It's the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Perfector in Medium from Makeup by Mario, and I did actually, I think in the middle of the night when I woke up at like 2 a.m. because I went to bed at 9 yesterday, like ate myself sick on Christmas food. But I ordered the new Makeup by Mario foundation, so stay tuned. But I bought this and the kind of cream bronzery product. Didn't like the cream bronzer, didn't really understand it. There was no really good shade for me, but this I had been using as a all over face powder. I don't see it as like a half bronzer, half highlighter, whatever they're getting at. Any half pan stuff, like, you've lost me truly, but I do like it as a powder. And even though it has this shimmer in it, I don't know, it's not too much. It's not too much at all, even close up on the skin. I was quite torn between this bronzer and the Gucci bronzer, but I have been using this so much on my eyes lately as an eyeshadow as well that it had to get the top spot. It's the Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer in Medium Level 6. There's something about, first of all, I love this bronzer formula. It's really great, blendable, buildable, lots of shades as well, which I really appreciate, but there's something about this shade on my eyes that just pops so beautifully. So I've been wearing it mostly because of that, and then subsequently using it as a bronzer because it's what I have out for my eyes, ironically. It used to be the other way around, and that whatever bronzer I had out, I would just put on my eyes because I thought bronzer on the eyes is really nice, but this specific bronzer on my eyes is really nice. So now I'm bringing it out for my eyes, so therefore it gets used on my face. The tables have turned. On my eyes, I'm going to be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Intensified 24-Hour Eyeshadow Primer. This one I literally just tried this month, so it really should be a December favorite, which I don't think I'm going to do a December favorites this month, by the way. So consider this my December favorite, but this primer on the eyes is so good. I know I'm always using concealer, and there's nothing wrong with concealer necessarily, but this works better. For my favorite eyeshadow palette of the year, it's definitely this one from Mented, the Everyday Eyeshadow Palette, this palette. So they sent this to me and I was like, oh, a palette of browns, how, like, groundbreaking, but the ground has been broken. It's shattered. This is the best palette of browns. If you have my skin tone or perhaps even brown eyes, this is gorgeous. There's something about the shades in here, the way they work together, the way they blend together, the undertones. Every time I wore this and was like, wow, well, mostly my friend Jess, because she's pretty much the only person I see, but she'd be like, what's on your eyes? What's on your eyes? What's on your eyes? And, you know, I trust her. She's beautiful, you know, previous MAC girl, influencer extraordinaire. If she says my eyeshadow looks good. But anyways, I would always be like, Mented eyeshadows, Mented, Mented, Mented. So I love it on its own as just like a simple kind of warm brown eye look. That's what I was doing a ton in the beginning of the year. Then more towards the end of the year, I have been using the Haus Labs. I've just been reaching for that out of simplicity. But I wanted to reach for this again today. I still think I want to do like a little bit of something fun on my eyes, but this not only makes a great like everyday eyeshadow palette like on its own, but it's obviously very complementary to any sparkles or color that you want to put on your eyes that you need. Like for me, I'm generally not just going to put down a colored eyeshadow. I want to put, you know, a little brown down first. Okay, this has nothing to do with anything. I just want to use it. It's one of the Stila eye colors in Liquid Suede in Enchanted Earth. I just want to go green. This is not a favorite. You have the potential to be a favorite depending on how you act today. But I feel like I either haven't been wearing makeup, or I was wearing makeup like because I was shooting 12 days of foundation, but I was more focused on foundation than I was anything else, so I'm kind of having fun right now. Putting on a full glam face to do nothing. This was a palette I bought this year that I haven't used enough considering the price tag, the Natasha Denona Zendo palette. So I'm going to grab some of the greens from here. This is not a favorite. Not because it was bad necessarily, I just haven't really reached for it that much since I got it, so I mean, you might consider that bad. But I want to play with it some more. But how were your holidays? How are your holidays? You've survived up to this point, so I congratulate you. It is not easy. The holidays are so hard, you guys. It's a very hard time of year for me. Personally, I just try and stay off of social media. But it is a very tricky time of year, so be very compassionate with yourself, be very kind to yourself, and kind to others, of course. But we hear that language non-stop. What we don't hear about is being kind to ourselves. And I think if people were a little more kind to themselves, they'd be a little more kind to others, you know, that whole thing. I'm going to take this Mantra shade. Definitely ended up being a lot more bold than I expected it to be. But I think sometimes the holidays can feel very lonely, whether you're with family, friends, loved ones or not. The physical presence of people doesn't necessarily do anything for loneliness. So just know that, you know, I can relate to that feeling. I know what it's like. And you're at least not alone in feeling alone, you know? It's a very ironically common problem we have. I'm going to do some liner. I'm going to use the Too Faced Better Than Sex. This one and the Benefit Roller Liner, pretty much the only liners that I use, so they're my best in beauty every year. Okay, so when it comes to mascaras, I tend to like fall in love with one for like 2 or 3 months, and then I'll fall in love with another and another and another. So, serial dater when it comes to mascaras. I started the year with Charlotte Tilbury, maybe ended last year with it. I can't remember exactly, I don't know, time means nothing, but Charlotte Tilbury Push Up, Pillow Talk, whatever. Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes absolutely had me. Then later on in the year, Selena Gomez came out with, I've been watching so much Veep on Crave. It's one of my favorite shows of all time. If you, it's for a certain type of person, but it's hilarious. But her name is Selena and she always says Selena. So it makes me always want to say it. Anyways, Rare Beauty. This mascara really, really impressed me. Tons and tons of volume, super black. Then I went to, I've got another one that really got me. The packaging is messy on it, but again, really, really super black, tons of volume, really great. The Milk Rise mascara, that really impressed me. Then when I went on vacation, I went to Italy over the summer, I wanted a waterproof, and I love the Essence Lash Princess mascaras. So the Lash Princess waterproof did not disappoint, one of my favorite waterproofs. Then I was sent this by Shoppers Drug Mart because they now carry, what's the brand? Makeup Revolution at Shoppers. The 5D Lash, this one is so good. And then more recently, I really fell in love with the Uma Beauty Drama Bomb Extreme Volume Nourishing Mascara, also available at Shoppers, and really love that. So I loved a lot of mascaras this year. Let's go in with this Uma Beauty. It's the newest one. Really is so voluminous. They're all like in the same family in terms of they're all very voluminous, all very black. Still gives lots of length. So for blush, I was able to narrow it down to 2. One is one that actually launched this year, and it is the Butterfly Blush from Benefit. I think this is so beautiful. It's like a gorgeous orange with gold in there. All of these blushes are so pretty. They were so overdue for like a thinner box, in my opinion. They were so overdue for a wider range of shades when it came to blushes, especially like if you guys come out with another peach with gold shimmer in it. Oh my god. How many? How many do we need? How many do we need? Like, let's consider another skin tone for a moment. So really glad that they did that, and I love that, and I applaud them for it, and here it is in my Best of Beauty. But today I'm going to use a blush that I fell in love with years ago that I lost and then came across again this year, and have been wearing it non-stop. This is my blush. This is my blush. Like if I had to pick a blush, it would be this blush year after year. And it goes with everything. It has great wear time. Should I tell you what it is? The Wanderlust Primer Infused Blush from Buxom in Mykonos. Which is funny because no one really talks about Buxom. Like they don't have the same, like they have like some classic products like their White Russian or whatever that lip gloss is, but I'm gonna keep Buxom alive just for this blush. So when it comes to highlighter, okay, I'm gonna need to set my face again. I'm gonna use the Fix Plus. This is what I was doing a lot more so in the beginning of the year, but I would set my face with my favorite setting spray at this point when I'm ready for highlighter, because I loved using this as a highlighter. You can use it under your makeup, you can use it over your makeup. I prefer it best like this. So I've done pretty much all of my makeup. I'm now going to go in for highlighter. I've wet my face with the setting spray so that I don't disturb what I've already put down. I do find that this does a great job not disturbing what's already down, but it sort of just, it's like a little bit of extra insurance. I don't go in while my skin is completely wet. I let it set just a little. And I'm going to use the Refi Gloss Highlight. Of course, the first clip of me putting it on I think got cut short. Anyways, my favorite highlight of the year, Refi Gloss Highlighter in Topaz. If it cut me off, I'm not sure where it cut me off. And as usual, I have pimples exactly where I want to highlight, so. And I don't find this stays sticky on my face or anything like that. Just so beautiful, so natural, so glowy. And works on a lot of different skin tones. Again, I know I'm always like talking about my friend Jess, my friend Aisha, but like these are people that I know. Like Aisha has a very deep skin tone, Jess has a very fair skin tone, so it's interesting to me when we can make formulas, colors, whatever work, and I think that might be helpful to you too. So pretty. My favorite setting spray of the year, Urban Decay All Nighter Ultra Glow. Is there anything even in here? Come on, come on, come on. Oh, okay. I'll use All Nighter Vitamin C as a substitute. It's gone, but I love this. I love any of the All Nighters. I think they're the best setting sprays out there. For lips, there was two different formulas that really stole my heart, and I have lip swatch videos of both, so I'll link them down below if you want to pick out your shade. The first were these Maybelline vinyls. First of all, I love the packaging. Love like the little shaky bit in there. I think they look really high-end, really gorgeous, definitely up there in price, but you can find them on sale. This shade specifically, Red Hot, was the red that I wore non-stop. I would say probably throughout the summer. I really love this. The thing that I really love about it the most though is that it changed my mind. Whenever a formula or a makeup item can kind of change my mind, or at least like surprise me when I'm like, I don't know if how I'm gonna feel about this, these really impress me. The wear time is gorgeous. When you put these on, they're like a liquidy. I'll show you what it looks like on my hand if you never saw it in any videos of mine. Like none of these products should really be a surprise to you, but I definitely would line my lips with like maybe a darker red and then do this in 1 or 2 light layers, completely cover my lips, and then let it sit for like 5 or 10 minutes before I took a drink, before I did anything, even trying not to like smack my lips together. I really feel like it stayed on my lips nicely. It was shiny, comfortable, so pretty. But the lip product that stole my heart this year, the shades, the formula, the packaging, another brand that does not miss for me, Makeup Forever baby, the matte velvet, sorry, no, Rouge Artist, I'm talking about the concealer, Rouge Artist Forever Matte Velvet. These are so good. I'm gonna put them on my lips now. So this is ColourPop BFF 3 Lip Liner. Best of beauty for my whole life. Oh, that's fully empty. That just last little bit just came out. R.I.P. Don't worry, I got a backup. At all times. Wait, that's not it. This was grunge. This was one I used to wear all the time too. Hold on. If you come to my apartment, there's always a BFF 3 around. Can't guarantee much, but I can guarantee that, baby. There we go. These are such comfortable lipsticks. They're so smooth. The shades are great. Like there's some nudes and some reds. I'd like to see them come out with some more. I love combining them too. You obviously don't have to do that. And they have a great applicator. There's like a little kind of pot in it so that kind of holds the product, but then it just spreads really nicely on the lips too. Actually, sorry, I'm not going to use Rose Now and Always. I'm going to use Immortal Rosewood. And then a little bit of this Endlessly Blushed in the center. And that is my best in beauty for 2022. Let me know what you loved this year. Let me know if I've encouraged you to pick up anything this year. Was there anything on this list that you ended up purchasing? Did I lead you in the right direction? Did I lead you astray? If so, I apologize. But thank you so much for watching. As always, if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok @SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!